Oh wow, this is a funny tweet. Thank you, Steve, for contacting me 50 times in the past week. I know all about any size deals. Hey, listen, if you're a bootstrap startup, you gotta be creative in terms of how you get users, right? Check out this other tweet. It's from a networking platform. Invitation restriction. Please only contact people you already know or provide their email address. I thought the whole point of networking was to talk to people you don't already know. Thanks a lot, linked out. Hi, my name's Steve and I'm the CEO and founder of a Harlem-based startup called Any Size Deals. We're the premier networking lead generation platform for real estate investors. We're seeking $500,000 in exchange for 10% of equity in our business. What exactly is our business and who needs it? Well, roughly 90% of the deals real estate investors and professionals do, it's either through referrals or by networking with people at trade show conferences and seminars. You might say, but what's the problem? Well, the main thing is if you get most of your deals by networking with people at conferences, trade shows, and seminars, you're restricted by one, the number of people at the event, and two, the number of people you can physically talk to. So you might actually miss out on an opportunity to do a transaction with somebody because you didn't have a chance to talk to them. Well, thanks to AnySizeDeals.com, you have access to people 24/7 around the clock. You're able to never miss an opportunity to do a transaction because we have an ability to match with somebody who's interested in working with you by using four main criteria: your geographic location, property type, deal size, and area of expertise. By using these key features, you're able to filter out who would fit within the criteria, read their profile. If you're interested, you can contact them, work together, and do a transaction. It's that simple. But why use technology when the existing method is through networking? For a very simple reason. Technology is eating the world. Every single industry is using technology to make their processes more efficient and effective. Real estate, on the other hand, has been one of the slowest industries to transition, but now more and more these days, a lot of real estate professionals are using technologies to do their business, right? And AnySizeDeals.com is at the forefront of this because the ability to really grow your network, increase referrals, and close deals faster makes a lot of sense. How did I actually come up with the business? I've been in real estate for the past 13 years, and I've mostly worked on the operational side of the business as well as marketing and sales. But I've always wanted to buy investment properties. So when I decided to buy investment properties, I wanted a partner with a background in finance and acquisitions. But I couldn't find one. So I said, wow, I wish there were a platform that would allow me to do this. There wasn't one. So hey, I thought of AnySizeDeals.com as a great way to matchmake with real estate investors. Now, we launched in September of 2014, and as of March 2015, we have 1,300 users. But the more impressive number is that we have 700 users since January of this year. How did we get so much traction? We got it by two main reasons. One was by targeting on small-scale investors. So these are people who are interested in buying, selling, or flipping 1 to 4 unit properties, and this represents a market of roughly $300 billion each year in the United States. The other thing we did was really focus on the fact that we're a bootstrap company with no money for marketing. We spent $0 on marketing and have spent barely $3,000 to get the business running. But what did we do that was unique? We decided to really focus on connecting with the users at networking events because that's where a lot of them went. So we started our own 2 meetup groups, and each month we have the ability to pitch our services to new members, potential members, and talk to existing users. And by this, we're getting a lot of feedback in terms of who our competition is, how they use our product, and what services they need in the future. Based on this feedback, we're developing version 2.0 of the product, which will allow us to actually monetize our service. Because one of the key things our users said, besides finding new contacts, they want the ability to find and post deals. And this is where the $500,000 would come in very handy. We're in the process of building out version 2.0. We have 2 technical co-founders, but we have to keep building out our software team to build out the mobile applications as well as version 2.0. We also want to spend a small amount of the money to really increase our market penetration in New York. Although we have users throughout the world, we really want to focus on dominating one specific market before we can scale this nationwide. Don't take our word for it, listen to what some of our users have to say.
A new real estate investor, also currently working on getting my real estate license, completed the training, passed the exam. I just wanted to come here to just obviously get around people in the industry and make connections with people in different parts. This group, I think one thing that stands out is that it's very diverse. There are a lot of people here from different sectors of the real estate game. So that's really great, and I appreciate Steve creating any size deal. So
I work for a bank, a direct lender. We do residential mortgages for single-family houses, 1 to 4 families, condominiums, and co-op units. So what I'm looking is to get connected to real estate brokers, investors. Investors, when you want to flip the property or you want to sell the property, you need somebody who wants to buy it. Those buyers need a mortgage. That's where we kick in. I can give you a mortgage to your customers that are buying your property.
So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I grew up in Cameroon, which is a small country in Central Africa. And the two things I loved about growing there was, one, people were very happy, although they didn't have much, but two, they were very entrepreneurial. It's like every single person I knew had some sort of side hustle, right? Selling t-shirts, sneakers, cell phones, or fish in the market. And I love that. But the one thing I noticed is that people didn't really know how to scale their ventures, right? So any small deal or business that they had was just to put food on the table. And I felt like, well, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you might as well make a ton of cash, right? It's just that they didn't know how to do it. And I felt like at some point I would love to be able to help people do this, right? So fast forward, at age 20, I moved back to the States because I was an American citizen, and I only had $250. I ended up being homeless in the streets of New York, but during the whole time, I stayed positive and told myself that, hey, you know what? Your life is not a tragedy. You're not going to come to New York and down these streets. Your life is an inspiration, right? So regardless of the circumstances you face, you always make it. You're the protagonist that overcomes all odds and becomes a massive success and an inspiration to everyone, which is what I've done, right? I put myself through undergrad, graduate school, got married, have 2 adorable daughters, and I'm running my own startup. The reason Any Size Deals means so much to me is for a variety of reasons, but the number one reason is that my wife is so supportive. I quit my day job, although we have a young family, and this is my only source of business. I have no source of income, but I'm so dedicated and passionate to making this a success. If the business doesn't succeed, it will have to succeed. My wife is counting on me, and so are my kids. The other reason why it means so much to me is because, like I mentioned earlier, growing up in Cameroon, a lot of people don't know how to scale their ventures. And someday, when Any Size Deals is $1 billion enterprise that every single real estate professional and investor uses, I want to go back to Cameroon to teach people how to scale their own ventures. This will help alleviate poverty, increase wealth, and really make a difference in people's lives. So sharks, let's change the way deals are done.